I've been working for Flex now for about 3 years. This is my 3rd year. And the interesting thing about it was introducing me to younger students. I've taught middle school for many years, and now I'm teaching both that and elementary school. So that's a whole different world. At first I thought, oh my goodness, what a challenge. And of course I prepared as much for the little ones as the older ones. Nonetheless, it's been a joy, really a lot of fun. And I've taken a lot of things that I've learned from the little kids back into my middle school experience, like playfulness, a spontaneity, an anything goes kind of approach, because I do tend to be rather structured. Anyway.
You have a fantastic company. You're I have to be honest, you're one of our favorite vendors that we work with.
Thank you.
In fact, you're also one of our smallest because you are a sole proprietor. And talk about how I think Flex has been able to help you in the sense that we do help with registration, and we're able to get to schools, and we deal with the roster. So can you talk about that?
Absolutely. In all honesty, this was done for me before by PTAs at various schools. It wasn't me being so proactive and going out. But one, I would never have gotten the entrance into elementary schools except for you. And it sounds like there's a constant need for more teachers. Your entree into schools is fabulous. There's no hesitation on my part. I mean, payments are made directly, mid-term and at the end. This is just really good because that wasn't always forthcoming before. The organization is almost, is super. It's almost overly organized, but that's okay. That's okay. Everything is fine. There's constant communication, which is wonderful. You know, it makes me feel appreciated, and it makes me feel that you really enjoy it. You know, you enjoy it as much as I. That is seeing the work of the students, and there's a real connection there. So I think that it's definitely helped me.
Well, you're 100% correct. We do appreciate what you do with the kids, and talk about what skills those kids are learning inside when they're working with you day in and day out.
Okay, I've always wanted to give kids a grounding in art principles. One of the main things of art is how to see. This is very challenging. I mean, adults face this in classes. I almost present, and I have to say I'm speaking of the middle school curriculum, per se. I teach them how to see. That's fundamental, to coordinate the hand and the eye. So I get people that are saying, students that are saying, I can draw, I love to draw, or students that say, I can't draw at all, but they're still there because there's other aspects that they like. So I bring them both together and teach them literally how to see with experiments like blind drawing, like just looking at an object and drawing, or measuring things with pencils or thumbs or things like that. It's challenging. It's not always the most fun thing they can do, but I think at the end of the day, they're really getting something out of it. In addition to doing this, I also teach them how to unify a picture, you know, using principles of good design with repetition, color, and value. We spend a lot of time doing value studies. These are skills artistic skills that are really necessary later on as you develop your artwork. So it isn't just total fun and play and just experimentation. It's learning how to organize these things all together. Value plays a great role. We did some interesting projects with large scale portraits where every student did a little piece of it in a value tonal thing. And when they put it all together, they got a beautiful face, you know, something like that. So these are skills, also other skills in how to make 3D work through natural materials and or boxes and things like that, building sculptures, looking at them from different perspectives, how to cut lino blocks for block printing, we've done that, how to use charcoal, and a real wonderful tool, a wonderful project has been exploring watercolors. There are a lot of techniques in watercolors that people don't know about. You know, I'm exploring it this very moment with different materials, but it's really fascinating to see how they just suck it up, you know, just like the paper. They love to do this. So learning the materials, these are skills that they're going to have, what they're going to use in their artwork.
Well, you're a perfect example of a mixture between vendors who bring fun and bring enrichment. And how do you know, though, at the end of the day, that the kids are having fun?
Okay, well, that's a good way of putting it, enrichment, because I tend to be a little more enriching than a little more fun, but I notice that they're having fun. I'm going to interpret this as complete silence.
Okay.
I know it sounds crazy. Can a middle schooler be completely silent? Can. So then I know they're really engrossed in whatever they're doing. But then the other thing is they may be just talking gently with each other, or just conversing, or actually talking about their own works with each other. That's a measure of having fun. Sometimes what I really like to do is push them to take risks. And at the expense of like a picture that they've kind of carefully put together, I said, how about a big brush stroke, something like that? And so they take the chance, they do it, and whoa, it's a surprise. And they usually go along with it. They think that it's, wow, this is great. So fun to me is more like a smile that will say, wow, I can do this. The whole idea is just to say, just to explore and to have, you know, satisfaction that you've done that you've taken a risk, and it's okay. Because you can always start another piece, you know? It's not like working laboriously on a research project for months at a time in an academic setting. This is very easy. Paper is relatively inexpensive. So.
It's easy and it's enriching when you have an amazing instructor. And that's what you are, you guys. You have been an amazing partner. And so I just want you to know, and everybody out there in the world can hear me say it, is that you're a fantastic instructor and a great partner. And we hope for many, many, many more classes with you.
Thank you.